Hello, my name is Mariana and this is a reading today for Cancer. So Cancer, I've done your reading as usual with my own deck of cards, so the cards you'll see are from this deck. And today, Cancer, for you, there's a lot of relief in your reading. It feels like you have come to a point of finally finding a solution to a problem, or taking something out of your chest that was, it's like there was something that was giving you this pain or this sense of not flowing properly with your own emotions, or feeling stuck, feeling like your emotions were stuck, because there was something that was pressing in on you, or just giving you the sensation that whenever you tried to take another step forward, there was always an obstacle, there was always something blocking you, there was always something like a stone inside your shoe, in a sense. But I feel like that's where the relief is coming now, because it's like this blockage is dissolving, or there is this finding exactly what it was that was bothering you, or that was stopping you from flowing naturally, and being refreshed. So let's see the cards and get in deeper to your message. So we start off with this Two of Swords. This card here, when it jumped out, the way it felt like this, on top of the card, and then it slowly rolled down to fall on the desk. And so this card, it actually flew towards the table very with a lot of aggression, actually, with a lot of harshness. It felt like very like an arrow, but it came through. It's almost like it was what is the word? I don't want to. It was thrown out of the deck, in a sense, as a splinter. So these two swords here are coming as two not wounds per se, but what was causing the wound, what was irritating you, this splinter, in your toe, that you finally found it, and you finally were able to remove it, in a sense. And I feel like it came as an instant relief. It's almost like when we find the source of pain, afterwards you realize how in pain you were, how, not that you were suffering in vain, it's just that we start to cope. I'm just generalizing now, but when we are hurting, we generally find coping mechanisms to slow down the process of the pain, or to just lessen the feeling of hurt, right? And so when we are at that stage, it's like everything seems painful, like a little bit of pain in everything that you tried to do. It's like those steps that you tried to take while this splinter was in your toe, or there was a stone inside your shoe and you couldn't find exactly what was hurting you. It's like every step, everything that you were trying to do was hurting. So by finding this trigger point, finding what was the source of the pain and removing it, right? Because finding is the first thing that is required for you to see how to remove. And I feel like it's like for you, Cancer, from this card alone, starting the way that it felt on the table, and the way that it started the reading as a relief, to me, it almost felt like not a shock, but like an intense relief, almost like now you can breathe again, right? It's almost like you were coping with that pain for so long that you didn't even remember how it felt to not feel any hurt, to not feel any pain. And so this comes very intensely as this, and I want to say with the card that is following, because it's the Queen of Cups, which is you, this Queen of Cups is symbolizing, it's like where this splinter was located. So I know that I mentioned this splinter being in your toe or a stone in your shoe, or any kind of obstacle really that was, just stopping you or slowing you down in your own path. And I feel like because this Queen of Cups is here coming through as your essence, it's like your heart had some sort of impediment or splinter, or something in your heart was not flowing correctly, was not allowing you to feel fully, right? And so this splinter that was removed, it was removed from your heart. So this is something that you could apply in your life however it fits best, but it feels like it's like you found emotional coping mechanisms to go around unaware of where this splinter was located. But now that it's removed, you can see where it was. It's like you found it and it was removed, and now you see where you need to heal in a sense. And the beautiful thing is, because this card coming after Temperance is the healing for this specific place in your heart that was that was hurt consistently. I want to say, it's like, because this splinter was in your heart, it's like it's been hurting in the same place for quite some time, because you weren't aware of where it was hurting or the source of the pain. And so once it's removed, you can start healing this place inside your heart. And so it's like you don't need anymore these emotional coping mechanisms, because you have now, it's like now it's bare, now it's open, now this place is exposed. And so the healing comes straight to where it needs to come, to your heart. And so this card here, although usually, it has multiple meanings depending on the context of the other cards and, just the atmosphere of the reading in general, but it's coming through as refresh, relief, healing. It's coming through as, this, it's like watering and soothing this wound that now is able to heal, because what was causing the hurt, the pain, is no longer there, right? And so here, this card, the Nine of Pentacles following it, well, remember when I was talking about every step that you tried to take with this splinter on and not knowing exactly what was causing the pain or what was causing the distortion, right? And trying to move forward, but each step, each attempt, each direction that you turn towards, trying to move forward, was giving you the sensation that there was something wrong, right? At least, like, to the minimum, there was something wrong. There was something hurting. And so because this is no longer there, this path, because the Nine of Pentacles, it's coming through as, this top view of your path. It's a concrete path. And this one is a path of, it's the right path. You were always on the right path. This is correct for you. This is pertinent. This is appropriate. This is right for you. It is the path for your growth, for your success, for your independence, for your financial success even. But I want to say, with this splinter, you couldn't move further. It's like it was hard for you to move ahead, because this healing was needed, and this healing could only happen with no triggers, with no splinters in your heart, right? So now this path is open again. Just a second. Sorry, Cancer, I'm back. I just had a little hiccup that I had to resolve myself, right? You know, resolving issues is the main message of your entire reading, and me being a Cancerian too, it makes total sense. So it's like there are tiny hiccups or, you know, splinters along the path that, although they could feel small, they were just slowing you down or making each step harder than it needed to be, right? And so here, because we have this Nine of Pentacles, as I was saying, it's like the path is now clear and open and steady and strong, mainly because of the Strength card that is following. It's like this is a path that you can trust. So this card is coming through as like the ethers, like it's like the universe is giving you this blessing. It's giving you this assurance that you can trust that this is the right path for you. This is a place that it's like being in the right place at the right time. And I know usually what gives me this message is the Five of Pentacles, but this Strength card is, well, that's the thing. I just understood why the Five of Pentacles is not here, and you know, instead it's the Nine of Pentacles. It's because here there is movement forward. With the Five of Pentacles, you know, the contrast with this card would be that there should be a moment of standstill, of staying put. Whereas the Nine of Pentacles is showing that now with this relief that you're feeling, it's like you're released to move on, to keep going, to keep walking with the blessing of this strength. It's like the universe is reassuring you that you can trust it, that you can follow it with confidence. You know, trust in yourself, trust with each step that you take that you are following the right path for you. And so this card is showing me that not only you are feeling stronger, but with each step, this strength is increasing. So you are feeling blessed again. You are feeling that the healing is here because now it's going to be definite. It's not going to be like what is the name in English? Palliative? I don't know if I'm saying that right. But it's not something that you'll have to, you know, find another strategy, another coping mechanism to go through another path. No, it's like this is your path. It is straightforward. You were already in it. It's just that you had a little hiccup. You had a little splinter in your toe, or better said, in your heart, that was, you know, just giving you a harder time. And so now that it's identified, that you know where the splinter was and the healing is coming, and this sense of feeling fresh again, feeling anew, it's like this, it's like it's the same path, but there's something new about it. And the new thing about it, it's the strength here. It's like this reassurance from the universe, from, you know, divine guidance saying, you are strong. We are here with you. We are beside you. We are backing you up. It's like you can follow ahead. You can just keep on walking because we are here with you. And so this is really interesting because I feel like somehow this is going to be needed, especially because of the two cards that are following. So after the Strength card, we have the Queen of Swords and the King of Wands. And so this splinter, first of all, it came through as a hiccup, or, you know, some sort of, it's like something that is annoying, but you couldn't really pinpoint what it was. But in reality, when it showed to me at first that it was only one splinter because of the way that it jumped out of the deck, after this Strength card, these two cards here are showing me that in fact it was more than one splinter, it was two. So these two are perhaps the personification or the reason or the sources of these two hiccups, these two moments of pain or sources of pain, or just, you know, they are coming clearly as people, okay? I cannot deny that, because sometimes it is clear, sometimes it's not. Because of the distinction of the Strength card being the major arcana, which is clearly being distinguished from the Queen and the King, it's like these two are human versions that, in contrast, are, it's like this one is giving you the strength, this higher power from the Strength card is giving you the strength, the courage to confront the sources of these splinters, of these annoyances, of these you know, just points of hurt and pain in you that you found and you removed. And so now that they are no longer triggering you because you removed them, it's like now you have the strength to continue on your path. But because of these two cards, and you know, first of all, we have the Queen of Swords, and so one of the splinters being one of these swords, it's like clearly this Queen of Swords was one of those people or the situations or one of the sources of this hiccup, of this splinter. And the other one that perhaps you weren't even aware was, and you know, that was removed together, right, was the influence of this King of Wands. So, you know, this Swords and Wands, it's like the Queen and the King, it's like the perhaps they could be your parents, or they could be, you know, your bosses, or it's like they're coming as a pair, right, because of the Two of Swords, and also because they're coming as the Queen and the King. So, and they are coming through as very complementary. So what I want to say, it's like, although you knew that this one was annoying, that this one was stressing you out, was causing you hurt, that you could see, that you could pinpoint, the other part that you couldn't, that's the reason why this perhaps was prolonged or kept on hurting you for longer than needed, or longer than you were aware, right? Was because this one was also, and you know, subtly influencing it's like, for instance, the example that is coming to mind right now, it's like this one was perhaps, you know, if this is a case of your father and your mother, it's like you would always have arguments with your mother and not your father. So you would blame always your mother, not knowing that your father was also the reason for this hurt, for this sensation that things were wrong inside your heart, right? And so now that you see, and now that these two splinters, right, the influence of these two, or at least how they would affect you in this heart level, right? This is now being healed. And so you, Cancer, are able to confront these two figures with, it's like you have authority over your own words to, it's like to state that this is your path and that nothing will block you anymore, that you are stronger now, that you can do this, that you're able to do this on your own, that you are an independent being that doesn't need, well, I want to say, it's like if they were, you know, giving you, especially coming with the Queen of Swords, if they were giving you advice, or you know, saying things that for them they were intentionally there to help you, but instead they were hurting you, at, you know, they could even, you know, be unaware of the effect that they were causing in you, right? But with you being very firm and very strong and very brave to confront them, to say that this is right for you, that you are moving on stronger because you are confident of, you know, the righteousness of this path for you and how it can give you this sense of independence. It's like, you know that you have this backup from the universe. And so confronting them, although, you know, prior to this moment, you felt that it was impossible to do so because it was hurting so much. It's like, now you can say what you mean, say what you feel, especially because now you feel whole again. Your heart is being definitely healed, definitely refreshed, right? And so confronting these two is going to feel more natural. And even, you know, because with this lion here, the source of the strength of this lion is love, right? Moving from the heart space. And so confronting them doesn't need to be aggressive, right? It's just this posture of authority, that you own your heart, that you own your path, and stating that with confidence, with strength. It's like they will see that, they will recognize this energy through you, right? So this is actually good news, although, you know, it comes with relief first, but also then a second moment of confrontation, perhaps with two people that you know, are significant to you, and perhaps they were influencing you more than you were aware of, right, in the beginning. So that's really good. But I'll continue to pull some cards for you, Cancer. So in the extended also, I'm going to pull from the astrological runes. And if you want to join me there, I'll be happy to see you. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.